welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation and Primer. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. Here's a closer look of what the outer packaging looks like. It says Fenty Beauty, and then on the bottom it says Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation. I purchased mine in the shade 360. Here's what the packaging looks like for the primer. It says Pro Filter Hydrating Primer, and at the top it says Soft Silk. I opened up the packaging of the primer and the foundation. If you like the packaging of the primer, it does come in a frosted glass bottle. The packaging for the foundation does come in a squeezy tube. I do want to read a little bit about the primer. It does say a lightweight hydrating makeup primer for normal to dry skin that nurtures, keeps skin comfortable all day, and extends foundation wear. For normal, dry, and combination, I have very oily and sensitive skin. I purchased this because I really do love Rihanna's products. They are awesome, and hopefully this would be another banging product. And here's another close-up of what the packaging looks like. Let's open this up. Ooh, it comes with a pump. Let's pump some out on the back of my hand. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, looks really nice. She does have that same lotiony texture. It feels like a lotion. It's more of a hydrating, like moisturizing lotion than the original primer. Wow, this is so nice. And look how, it just absorbed right into my skin. This is really a nice primer. Wow, I can't believe I did 3 pumps of that primer. I used way too much. I need to apply some of this on my face. I'm just gonna apply that on my face. Wow, that is so soft. Wait, it's got a fragrance to it. Yeah, it does have a bit of a fragrance. I'm not really into fragrances. It smells luxurious. I don't think the scent was needed. The original matte primer was more of like lotion. This one is really nice. It really absorbed into my skin. I really do feel moisturized. I'm gonna take one more pump, maybe like 2 more pumps. I'm just going to apply it on my face. I love how quickly it absorbs right in. I don't have to finick with the product or anything. It just absorbs really nicely into my skin. It doesn't feel greasy. The primer doesn't feel like a primer. It feels like a moisturizer, and I already moisturized. I already went in with my Drunk Elephant moisturizer. I do want to just slather this all over my body. It literally feels like a hydrating moisturizer. If you guys are super oily, definitely use a moisturizer. Don't go without it. Don't ever think that moisturizing will make you overly oily. I don't feel any stickiness. I literally feel like I just applied a moisturizer. I am blown away by this hydrating primer. It's a thumbs up for me. I love it so far. The primer does claim to be lightweight, which I definitely agree with. It says it's moisture rich. I definitely agree with that too. It also says it keeps you hydrated all day and extends makeup wear. We are definitely going to see if it does extend this foundation. Here we have a closer look of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I love that it's in a squeezy tube and it has a pump. Hopefully this shade matches me. Let's see. There we go. That's 1 pump. Let's see if it matches. I think this shade might match me. I think this shade might match me. Let me just blend it in a little bit. It matches me perfectly. It feels like skin. It looks like skin. You guys know I already love the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter Foundation. This is an awesome foundation for me because I'm super oily. It's long lasting and it keeps you matte. I'm interested to see how this formula does wear on me. I'm going to be using 2 different tools to blend out the foundation. On the left side of my face, I will be using my damp beauty blender. I'm going to be applying the foundation using a brush on the right side of my face because I do have this darkness that I do want to cover up, and I want to see if the foundation covers that up. I'm just going to apply 1 pump of the foundation like so, and we're just going to see how far 1 pump takes us. Wow, the coverage. I honestly thought she couldn't make another awesome product, and here we are. This product is amazing. It comes in 50 different shades. It's not full coverage. It didn't cover up my darkness underneath. Wow, the shade match is crazy. I purchased the shade in 360 because that's the shade that I am in, the soft matte original formula. I figured it might be the same shade that I'm in. I love how consistent her brand is. She kept everything the same. This comes in 50 shades, which I'm still blown away by. I took 2 more pumps on my brush. I'm gonna keep blending out the foundation. We'll see what it looks like. Here's what one layer of the foundation looks like using a brush. I don't think the coverage is there for me personally. I would have to build it up, but I do want to see how the foundation does apply using my damp beauty blender. So let's go ahead and apply the foundation using my damp sponge. I applied 2 pumps of the foundation on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna dot it. Now we're gonna blend it out using my damp beauty blender. Here's one layer applied using the damp beauty blender. It really didn't cover as much as I would like it to, but again, I do feel like this is a light to medium coverage. We're gonna be building it up with a second layer. Here's 2 layers of the foundation applied using a damp beauty blender, and here's what the brush side looks like. I know that this foundation makes me look so greasy. I do feel like I've been wearing this foundation for quite some time. I don't like dewy foundations. I don't like having a glow. I honestly feel very uncomfortable wearing this foundation out. It looks like I'm a grease ball, and it looks like I do need to blot. I do want to set this foundation just a teeny tiny bit with the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. I'm going to be taking a little bit of powder, dip into the cap, and just grab a tiny bit. That's the only little itty bitty set right underneath my eyes. I do want to see how this foundation does perform with my oily skin. I won't be setting my entire face. Whenever I test out a brand new foundation, I always like to test it out for an entire week. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing with this foundation. I will be putting this foundation to the test with my different primers, with my different setting powders. We'll see how it goes throughout the week, but for today, I do want to see how this foundation does perform throughout my 8-hour workday. Here's one last look at what the foundation looks like. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how this foundation does perform, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is what the foundation is currently looking like. I totally forgot to add mascara with the foundation. I said I was going to do it later on throughout the day, and then I just ended up completely forgetting. Let's talk about this foundation. I feel extremely greasy with this foundation. I just want to take it off. I don't like how the foundation did wear on me. Again, my skin type is extremely oily and very sensitive. I definitely think that this foundation did increase the amount of oils I do have on my skin currently. I've never looked this dewy in my life before, and I don't like the dewy look at all. It does not suit me well. I look like I've been sweating so much I haven't touched up. I do want to do a blotting test with this tissue just to see how much foundation does come off. I do want to remind you guys that I did not set this foundation with setting powder. I only set the foundation underneath my eyes, and I think it did hold up pretty well. I'm just gonna look up. It did crease just a tad bit. I'm just gonna be taking a tissue and blotting the right side of my face. Wow, that is a lot of foundation. I honestly think it's my oils that have been peeking throughout my entire day. I have been wearing this foundation for about 10 plus hours. Here's what the foundation looks like after I did blot. I still don't like it. It's not the foundation for me. If you are oily and if you have tried this foundation, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I will be wearing the primer and the foundation throughout my entire week. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week to let you guys know my final thoughts, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the week of me testing out the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. My final thoughts on this foundation is that I don't like this foundation at all. It does not work well with my oily skin. I am currently wearing the foundation. When I did apply this foundation using a brush, it did give me a little bit more coverage, whereas if I did use my damp beauty blender, it just soaked up the majority of the product. Using the brush was the best solution for me. I did not like how the foundation wore on me throughout my entire day and throughout this entire week. I felt very greasy, very oily. The only way that the foundation worked on me was setting it with a setting powder. I used my Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. I applied the setting powder using a powder brush. I just powdered all over. That's really what kept me matte throughout my entire day. I carried around a small little brush. It's like a retractable brush. I have it in my purse. I don't have it with me right now, but something similar to this. It was like a little brush that you can just twist up and I just powdered my face. Even though it did kind of make me oily throughout my day, I still had to blot using a tissue, or I had to use my blotting sheets. I only use my blotting sheets when I have to. I really wanted to love the hydrating foundation, but it did not work out for me. Let's talk about this primer. The primer was amazing throughout this entire week. I did not have to apply any moisturizer. The primer was my moisturizer and my primer. It's a 2-in-1. It did save me one extra step in the morning, and that's moisturizing. I did not feel the need to moisturize throughout my entire week. The first day when I did moisturize, I didn't need to. This primer was the star of the week. I would highly recommend you guys checking out the primer. If you guys are wondering what I currently have on my eyes, it's the Stila Blue Realm eyeshadow palette. I did an entire review on this. I will link it right over here in the cards. I'm only using one shade in this eyeshadow palette, and it's this shadow here. This shade is called Transcend. I apply that all over my crease and all over my lid. The lipstick shade I currently have on is by MAC. It's in the shade Coffee and Cigs. If you guys have tried this foundation, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.